don't worry. It's only going to take a few more hours for your ass to die. You're a monster. You're a monster. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life of Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for the Handmaid's Tale recap and review, episode 2 of season 2 on women. Yes, it's just getting better, y'all. It is just getting better. First, let me start out. I want to give a shout out to Khadijah Jenkins for giving me the answer to why the women on this show are suffering from infertility, and it was due to pollution. And now I remember that I want to say it was the episode that the Mexican ambassador came and June was trying to use her to get free. And that was the same episode that we learned that Serena Joy was the one, Mrs. Waterford, was the one who created this whole women progression thing that they think they calling it, whatever. So yeah, and they said that pollution and non-organic farming was the reason why the women were suffering from infertility. So shout out to Khadijah Jenkins for giving me that answer. And also shout out to Samara. Samara was like one of the first people to watch the video the other day, and she was like, girl, where's episode 2? Get me together, girl. Get me together, girl. But here we go. Episode 2 is right here. I love it. I love it. I love that you guys love this show as much as I do. Thank y'all for watching, for real. Thumbs up the video. Comment down in the comment section. Share with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Now we got that out the way. Let's get into the episode 2 on women. June. She on the move again. And I love the way that Margaret Atwood, she's the writer of the original book, and she actually consults on the show. I love the way that she writes. Okay, so she says through June, is this what freedom looks like? Even this much is dizzying. Like an elevator with no sides, the upper regions of the atmosphere that would tear you apart, vaporize you. There would be no pressure to hold you together. We get so comfortable with walls. It don't even take that long. I was like, you better speak. You better speak, because you know I'm a writer. I write too. I'm a writer. I'm an author. I'm a poet. So when I hear words like this, I'll be like, you better go ahead and say that, girl. So yes, like, hey, do you ever think about that? The fact that we don't want to be contained. We don't want to be slaves or prisoners, but we so comfortable being confined in walls or being in walls. I have gotten to the point, like, I kind of freak out a little bit on elevators now, but that's just, you know, that's something totally different. But we so comfortable with these walls. If a house would blow down and we had no walls, we would panic. We would freak out. Just like this, but to be contained of your, and it's not of your own free will, it causes us great pause. You know what I'm saying? I just love it. I just love the whole idea of it. So anyway, she wondering pretty much is she ever going to be free for real? Like most survivors of different traumatic experiences, we all think that. Are we truly going to be free? Because Gilead is not a place. It's something within us now. That's what this has become. Like the fear of being captured again, or just the constant memory of things that you went through when you were held and tied together. Or you're going to be bound to that forever. Could you ever be truly free of Gilead? I mean, just like, not in a physical sense, but in a mental sense, you still are bound to that life. That's some deep shit right there. Like, that's some really deep shit. So anyway, she rolls into her new home. It's an old abandoned building, and nobody has entered this building since before the war, is what the guy said. The old man tell her, you know, he come by here once a week. She got power, she got water, but it's best for her to stay inside. And I'm assuming there's food there. Like he said, somebody is going to come for her. And in a way, she feels like she's being moved from one prison to the next, you know. So, because he don't know what's going to lie ahead for her. She like, okay, so what next? He like, I don't know, just wait. It's all I can tell you. So she is still so conditioned that she says under his eye to him as he leaves. And he like, hey, after a while, crocodile. Y'all never used to say that? When I was little, I'd be like, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. You know, we say that. So like, yeah, he like, after a while, crocodile. She like, you know, under his eye. But then he leaves and she's alone. Outside, she hears sounds of helicopters and sirens. Stay startling her, and as he starts to pull away, and he puts her into a panic. You know, some people that's dealing with PTSD, you can hear like the fans on a ceiling fan, the blades whirring around, and it makes you think of a helicopter and you in a war zone. Like myself, I hear fireworks on the 4th of July and New Year's, and it puts me back in the mind of being in a war zone. So it's certain little triggers that could set you off. And in this particular thing, she know that they looking for her. She hear these sirens and these helicopters. They after her. So she running. She running through this building. She running through this building, and she finds a way. She finds a hammer in a toolbox, and she go hides in the corner, and she sit there, and she sit there, and she sit there. And she know they coming for her. She could feel them on the back of her like a breeze on the back of her neck, and nothing. Nobody's there. Not right now. Ain't nobody there. So this is the first time we get to go to the colonies, the toxic wasteland that I had mentioned in the previous video. Well, they call these women here the unwomen. Like I said in the book, this was the place that the black women went to. In here, a lot of the homosexual women or women who have just committed crimes of the flesh or whatever are sent here. They are the unwomen. And they are slaving away at these mounds of dirt. I'm like shoveling toxic fucking dirt. And this remind me of when I was in trouble in the military. We had to shovel dirt at the back of the battalion. We wasn't shoveling this dirt to no particular place. We just had to shovel dirt. And what I was in trouble for was having a man in my room when it got dark. I was technically having a game night. We were all sitting there watching the game. But because I had men in my room, I got in trouble. In the fucking military, in the place that I was there defending my fucking country. I was grown enough to do that, but I wasn't free enough to have somebody of the opposite sex in my room. Just let that sit in your spell a minute. This ain't that damn long ago. Some of this stuff is still going on, which is why I say when I watch these shows, I really look at the deeper message of what's going on, and like, yeah, that shit could happen. You got to be mindful of some of this stuff. But anyway, sorry, my dog's in the back making noise. We get there, and look who we see. Of Glenn, Emily, okay, the toxic warden. Her name is Aunt Sarah. Shout out to Hulu for the subtitles, because if it wasn't for the subtitles, I wouldn't know some of these people's names. So the warden that was always screaming at them like, "Get back to work." Her name was Aunt Sarah, and she yells to her, "Get back to work." And that look on Emily's face is like, I will fuck you up at any minute. So she hit that shovel back into the dirt, and it looked like volcanic shit coming up out the ground. It was sizzling and steaming. And I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing with this? They just have them shoveling shit for some purpose? Or are they going to be using these toxic fumes to create weapons? A lot of times they do that. They use manure to create weapons, so it's possible. But I'm surprised that this stuff didn't eat through the shovel. I'm very surprised. But the bell rings. Boom, boom, boom. It's time for prayer. They got to kneel down in that toxic shit and pray to the Gilead or whatever. Well, we do a flashback back to Emily's own life. And she was actually a professor. A science of some sorts, and she's encouraging one of her students to not be intimidated by the men because never let a man make you feel small. It's pretty much her message. Her phone rings, and the girl looks at the image on her phone, and she see her family. It's her girlfriend, her wife Seal, and her son Oliver. And she was like, "Oh, he is so cute." She's like, "Yeah, let me go ahead and take this call though," and she walks off. Well, she immediately runs into the administrator. His name is Dan. And she's told by the administrator, you're going to have more research time next semester. That's a good thing. Hey, good news, right? But it's all at the expense of her losing classroom time. And she's like, "So you mean tell me I'm going to lose a class?" And he's like, "No. No, girl, you ain't losing class. You ain't teaching at all." And like, what? What the hell you mean I'm not teaching at all? Make it make sense. And he was like, look at this like it's a great opportunity. She's like, "But it's not a great opportunity. I'm not teaching anymore." He said, "Okay, well, think of it as a great opportunity." She said, "As opposed to what it really is. Like, what is this really?" So he's saying, the new school regions, in combination with the new government after the whole DC thing went down, they think that it's best for them to maintain a low profile as a department. So Emily says, "So what I'm hearing you say is it's time for us to hide the dykes." You know what I'm saying? "Is that what we doing?" And he like, "Well, I removed all my pictures of Paul, the guy that I was with." And she's like, "I thought you and Paul just had an argument." He said, "Yeah, we did. We had an argument because Paul thinks that he don't want to tolerate this BS, and he mad that I am." It's almost like how people be saying, like, when you see injustice happening and you just going along with the flow, just shut up and ride it out. If you're not doing something to help alleviate the problem, then you're part of the problem. That's pretty much what Paul said. And Paul said he couldn't take that, so he walked away from him. So Emily is like, "Look here, they are not going to put us back into hiding. We're not going to be forced back into the closet." And so she said, "Guess what? I'm teaching next semester, okay? Sorry, but not sorry." And he like, "Well, shit, welcome to the revolution." You know what I'm saying? Well, every time I see shit like this, I'm thinking of all those pickaxes when they walking through back at the wasteland. They walking through, they got on the pickaxes and them hoes and shovels. I'm like, set it off up in there. Set it the fuck off. Y'all got enough pickaxes and hoes and shovels to fuck these people up. You know, it's more y'all than it is of them. But I guess that they probably have more bullets. So we do need to think it through so we can lessen the casualties on our end. So women file in for the night, and Aunt Sarah ass is quick with that cattle prod. Just anybody. She love her damn job. Well, these women, they sleeping in this old dusty factory, and they broken and bruised and sick. They skin peeling from all the toxic exposure. And Emily is trying to, you know, help tend to their needs. And then I thought about it, like, where the fuck is Janine? Ain't she supposed to be at the toxic wasteland right now? She's supposed to be here, right? Yeah, she's supposed to be sitting over here. So Emily, she outside in the toxic dust storm, trying to get some mint to make the woman with the fever some tea, and a new bus of handmaids approach. She follows them and watches their orientation. And one girl, who I thought was Janine, received a tray from somebody, but she had this cloak on, and I think she said "go with grace." And I couldn't tell if the girl had stabbed her or what the ripping sound was. And I'm quite sure, though, she spit in her damn face. And she was like, "You fucking bitch." You know, I'm like, what the fuck is she on? I had to play it back. I had to play it back, y'all. When she came in, the aunt said, "Move, wife." I said, "Wife." And thanks to Hulu again, shout out to Hulu, they put on the screen that this is Mrs. O'Connor. And they tell Mrs. O'Connor to go find an empty cot. I was like, a wife? How did the wife end up here in the damn Badlands with the doggone handmaids? So, that explains, though, the salty introduction that she got from the spitter. And like I said, it wasn't a stab. She just really just spit, in the abundance of spit that she spit in her face, that she spat in her face. That was the ripping sound that I heard. So, like, yeah, how did the wife end up here? So the handmaids, no, they give no fucks about it, though. None at all. And I figured Emily would probably be the one to befriend her. So June, she's making her way around the surroundings of the building where she's in, and it looks kind of like a school. She's definitely in Boston for sure. So is that where New England is at? Because nobody answered it last week, and I showed and Googled it. But what the heck happened here? And then I realized, no, she's in a newspaper office. Is that where she worked? Was she a reporter? Well, anyway, reading is outlawed, so nobody is coming there. Furthermore, she comes in up on another room with more nooses, and then of course that's a trigger. The nooses was a trigger for her, and then she looks at the wall and she see all the bullet holes riddled into the wall, and it's splatters of blood all over, and then she hears doors open. She panics. She grabbed that hammer. She's like, "I'm ready, baby. I'm ready." But thank God it's just Nick. But I still ain't too keen on Nick, y'all. Nick is selfish to me. He only helping her because this baby is his. But other than that, Nick wanted this job. Remember when he last season, when they gave his backstory, Nick was happy to do his damn job. He was all game for it. So yeah, I still ain't too on Nick. Anyway, so she like, "Let's go. We need to grab food. We need to grab water. What we need to do? We need to hit the road, and let's hit it now." But Nick is like, "No, you can't leave. They looking for you everywhere. You know, you're not a Martha. You somebody who is pregnant with a child. You a commodity, girl. Even if the Waterfoots ain't looking for you, probably somebody else looking for you, because everybody want what you got inside of you, is that damn baby." And she's like, "I don't give a damn. I do not care. We need to get up out of here. You have me in a fucking slaughterhouse." So he like, "Just chill, chill out for a few weeks." Weeks? You mean I gotta stay up in here for a few weeks? No, that's not what I want to hear. So she's like, so what am I supposed to do?" He's like, "I don't know. I ain't never did this before." She said, so you dropped me off with these Mayday people, and you don't know what the fuck is supposed to be going on?" Well, I could understand why Nick don't know what the hell is going on, because one, he's an eye. They probably don't trust him, and it's probably best to keep all the women safe by not telling them what's going on. But I understand her apprehension. So June is like, "Hey, let's go. We need to go to Maine, and I know where to go." He's like, "Girl, you ain't finna make it to Maine." She's like, "Oh, we going to Maine. We going to get Hannah Banana, and we going to get her now. You a freaking eye. You can find out from Serena Joy where my damn baby is at, and we going to get her, and we going to head north." And she was like, "Look, This is the safest place for you right now. But this don't feel like freedom to her. She feels confined. She is like surrounded by everything that is making her remember everything. You know what I'm saying? So she like, you know what, give me the damn keys. Just give me the damn keys right now. I will go by myself. So he finally succumbed and gave her the keys. And he said, okay, here. He gave her the gun too. And I'm thinking, how the fuck you gonna get back, Nick? You already said that you know, risking your own life to help her out. And now you finna just give her the truck and your gun. They already gonna know you had something to do with it because you was connected to that house. So, I don't know. But you can't stop a woman on a mission. You cannot stop a woman on a mission. So she gets in the car though, and she starts up. She's about to go on out, and she looked back up at him, and in that moment, she thinks, "This is not the time. This is not the time." But it's time for some nookie. They sure did that. I mean, what else could they do, right? Just fuck. That's all they could do. And she already pregnant, so. But she wore that damn boy out. She had a lot of aggression to get out. That's all that was. That wasn't about love or none of that. That was all aggression that she needed to release. And yeah, she wore his ass out. So back at the colonies, the women who were supposed to be like filling 10 bags of shit, Aunt Sarah coming in and cattle prod the wife. And I was like, that's Marissa Tomei. I was like, okay, I love her as an actress. So Marissa Tomei is playing Mrs. O'Connor. And she's like, you know, the Lord is my master. I said, like, not here. Not here. Here, you do what the hell I say to do, or you don't eat. And she said, oh, no, but my God, I don't know about yours, but mine is everywhere, baby. She prompted her with the damn Prado again. And then, so she flung the little dirt and missed that shit and missed the whole bag. Aunt Sarah pushed her like, hey, you better tidy that stuff up. Don't get sloppy now. So she threw a look at her, and I'm like, the looks on these women's faces. But Emily was watching. Emily was watching them. And then they go inside, and I'll be damned, they get the wash off. O'Connor done lost a whole fingernail, the wife, O'Connor. So the spitter come up on next to her, and she made Emily aware, you know, that she losing fingernails and everything. But, you know, she showed a check that she walked away. So I was like, I don't know if she was like feeling compassion for her in that moment, but still, bitch, I see you. I don't know what was going on. So Emily tell her, you know what, don't screw up so hard. You know, she was like, I don't need to get this infected. She said, oh, it's going to be infected because all the water here is contaminated. It's filled with E. coli. I was like, oh my God. So we learned that Mrs. O'Connor was having an affair. And that's what got her sent there. And, you know, she was like, well, what happened to do? You know, he probably got in promotion. But she figures, you know, since it's all was done in love, she would be delivered. God is going to save her. And I'm sitting here thinking, so you trying to make me feel some motherfucking compassion for you because you got into an affair by choice and you fell in love. Like something that we don't have the liberty of having. We don't get to make the choice of who we want to love and who we want to have sex with. And you think that you're going to be delivered because it was all about love. Emily looked at her, you know, walked away, you know, and gave her some medicine. And she's like, why are you helping me? And she's like, you know, a mistress was kind to me once. Hence that once, you know. So Emily, back in the day, walking through the little passageway, and she notices this long, thick rope hanging down, and she look out the window and saw people standing down below looking all shocked, and you see the words faggot scrawled onto the ground on the sidewalk. And I'm like, oh my God, please don't let this be Dan. She came rushing downstairs, and I'll be damned if it wasn't her friend Dan, just hanging there, dangling. I was like, oh my God. So, and it wasn't suicide, because he didn't write the word faggot on the ground underneath him. Somebody killed his ass. You can't make me believe that was suicide. So, next we see Emily and Seal trying to get the fuck up out of there, right? Seal, who is Canadian, and the baby, they allowed to board the plane as free as they want to. But Emily, they said she need to get a Canadian visa. You need to take your ass all the way to New York. We in Boston right now. Is she in Boston too? Yeah, she was in Boston too because it was a Logan International Airport. And she did go all the way to New York to get this Canadian visa. And she's like, no, I called earlier today and they said since we was married that I can go with her as family. Here my proof. Dude was like, cool, good thing you got them papers, right? He said, but we need to get you a bypass stamp and she'll meet you at the gate. And they gave Seal and Oliver boarding passes, but they gave her a conditional one. So I was like, And Seal already like, what's the problem? He said, no, just, you know, she'll be fine. I know this is not going to end well. I already know this is not going to end well. So Sia was already like, I'm going with you. I'm not going to go to the gate without you. I'm going with you. So they go to the back, and they were told that their marriage license is no longer valid. Because remember, with the first guy at the gate was like, we got some new laws today, so I'm going through this handbook right now. They just came down like just about an hour ago. So according to the new law, when she called that morning, she was legally married. She's no longer legally married. The laws have changed. And the dude was such an ass to her as well. Like, she's like, what law was that? The law. What the fuck you mean? Show me. I need proof, right? But so I think that's why they kept asking her, was she the one who carried the baby? By them knowing she was the one that actually carried the baby, and it must have been her embryo, they just put her in a whole new bracket. Because doggone well, we not finna let no women who can produce children out of this damn country. That's how they was feeling. So this right here, it just really made me mad, because with President Fucktard in office right now, signing executive order after executive order, that's what's happening right now. You never know. You wake up one morning, you're married, come back in the afternoon, you're not. Because the motherfucker just changed the law that goddamn fast. And we, as black people, already ain't got no damn rights. We already ain't got no damn rights. And they working on the gays with the marriage equality. They working on women with abortion rights, just trying to strip our rights from us little by little. People need to wake the fuck up. This is happening. This is happening right now. I think Miss Samara Storr was talking about it on her comment, that she was like, this was the truth out about the show because she know this could happen for real. I really think this shit is already happening. I think that's what part of the human trafficking is. They selling people for sex slaves already, part of this in human trafficking. This shit is going on. This shit is going on. And I think how symbolic it is that the Canada, the country, during slavery times, Canada was a safe haven for slaves if they can get the freedom in here. And when our new dude in office got elected, Canada was like, dear Americans, y'all can come to Canada if you want to. You know what I'm saying? And on this show, now Canada is the safe haven as well. But see, I still see the tomfoolery right now happening in Canada a little bit too. Canada, England, all of these different governments, the safe haven seems to be smaller and smaller these days. Let me get off my soapbox. So Emily, right then and there, when she looked and saw Celia and Oliver going up them steps, she knew in her heart, this may be the last time I ever see them again. Maybe the last doggone time. So, in the middle of the night, O'Connor, the wife, is getting worse and worse. And the antibiotics that don't seem to be working at all. Emily's like, did you take your pills? Kind of find out those weren't antibiotics. Emily poisoned that ass, right? O'Connor's like, God will save me, and you're a monster. You're going to burn in hell. And Emily say, bitch, every damn month, you held a woman down by her arms so your fucking husband could rape her. Some things just can't be forgiven. Don't worry. It's only going to take a few more hours for your ass to die. You're a monster. You're a monster. Oh, but what are you? Oh, but what are you, Mrs. Connor? Anyway, she say, Emily, pray with me. Nah, bruh. You're going to die alone, bitch. I was like, all right now. Yes. The next morning, we saw Mrs. O'Connor ass hanging out, stretched out like Jesus on the cross. The handmaids out there just smiling like, look at God. Look at our God. I don't know what God she serves, but our God, look at him. You know what I'm saying? So the aunt comes out and checks on her. Yep, dead as a doorknob. What does dead as a doorknob mean? Anybody know? Where did that come from? Like, was doorknobs once upon a time living or something, and all of a sudden they dead as a doorknob? This is a strange random ass thought. I'm not finna Google it, so if y'all know, go put that in the comment section. But Sarah, like, there will be consequences. I was very surprised that she came out without her mask on. I hope she gets sick, little itch babe. Anyway, then the bell tolls, ding, 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 and a new busload rolls in. And there's Janine. She done finally, oh, damn it. Emily sees her and she's like, Janine happy, like, oh shit, I know somebody here. She run up to her, give her a hug. And Emily is like, fuck, that's Janine, Well, back at the Globe, June is watching an old episode of Friends. And then she starts going around the office collecting memorabilia. And she ended up making a war memorial for them at the wall. And then say the prayers, to her God. Like, hey, please watch over this place. Watch over this place. Watch over me. Somebody watch over me. That is the end of the episode, y'all, of Unwomen Handmaid's Tale Season 2, Episode 2. It's still as good as the first opening episode, y'all. I love it. If there's anything that I missed, please drop it down in the comment section. These episodes come on Wednesday. I'm not sure what time of day they post, but I may try to post them on Wednesday the best as possible. I go on a cruise in a couple weeks, so I'm going to miss a Wednesday. So hopefully it comes on early enough that I can get that done before I actually get on my flight. But thank y'all for coming back. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank y'all for being patient. I will see y'all again next week. Peace.